Welcome to Unfold Data Science friends. This is Aman here and I am a data scientist. In this video, we will try to understand the meaning of random variables, what is probability mass function and what is cumulative distribution function. Now these are the topics which were again requested by you through comments. So I thought let me create a separate video on this and then there will be a part 2 of this video as well where I will explain the remaining concepts from distribution point of view. Okay. Now, why is this topic so much important and why many people are asking? The reason for that is there are many distributions, for example, binomial distribution, uniform distribution, Poisson distribution, chi-square distribution. These distributions, there are many people who are not able to understand. The reason for that is these simple basic concepts are not clear for them. That is what we will try to find out in this video, these basic concepts, and then how those distributions are related to that, we will see that later. Okay, so the very first thing you should understand is random variable. So what is a random variable? Variable typically can be classified into two types. One is traditional and other is random. Okay, what is a traditional variable? Let us say I write here x plus 5 is equal to 6. So x is a variable here which I can find the meaning like this: x is equal to 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. This is a traditional variable in mathematics or stats. Okay, what is a random variable? A random variable is typically denoted by capital X. Okay, and a random variable is the outcome of an random experiment. A random variable is a variable that takes value based on the outcome of a random experiment. Okay, so what is a random experiment? The simplest random experiment you can think of is tossing a coin. Okay, so when you toss a coin, the output can either be head or tail. Okay, now I can define my random variable x like this. My random variable x will be, let us say, 0 if the output of my random experiment is head. I am repeating it again. My random variable x will be 0 if the outcome of my random experiment is h. If it is h, my random variable x will be 1 if outcome of my random experiment, which is tossing a coin, is tails. Okay, in this case x becomes my random experiment. Let's take another example. My random variable, when I roll a dice, right, when I roll a dice, my random variable will be, let us say, 10 if the outcome is an even number, and my random variable will be 20 if the outcome is an odd number. This can be also possible when we define a random variable. So a random variable is defined based on the outcome of a random experiment. Just up to this much you understand here, then I will discuss in more detail. This is about random variable. Now at the moment we talk about variables, you must be aware that variables can take basically two types of values, right? One can be discrete type, right, and other can be continuous type. Discrete, continuous. For example, in our normal day-to-day variables that we see in data, anything that can be counted or measured comes under the continuous bucket. Anything that can have only particular set of values comes under discrete bucket. So similarly, in case of random experiment, right, all those experiments where random variable can take only some of the values, right, only some of the values, not all the values, becomes a discrete random variable. And similarly, if the random variable is allowed to take any value in a given range, it becomes a continuous random variable. Examples, let's say when we roll a dice, my random variable will be probability of getting the output of the random experiment. Okay, let us say my random variable x will be probability of x being x. This small x is the output. For example, 1, 2, when you roll a dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this case, when I roll a dice, my probability of getting either 1, either 2, either 3, 4, 5, 6, that is 1 by 6, right? So my random variable, which is x, capital X, will be 1 by 6 For x is equal to 1, for x is equal to 2 also it will be 1 by 6, for x is equal to 3 also it will be 1 by 6. This case our random variable can just take limited values, right? Either 1 by 6 or other 1 by 6 or maybe a combination of two 1 by 6s, but it cannot have, like, since it is a probability, it cannot have negative values. So this becomes an example of discrete random variable, when your random variable cannot take any allowed values. But in continuous random variable, for example, if I go to a zoo and say what can be the weight of that animal, right? So my random variable x will be weight of that animal. So my random experiment is picking one animal and my random variable x is weight of that animal. In that case, this random variable can have any value in a given range. Let's say, for example, if we say 1 kg to 100 kg, in this range any value my random variable can take. This becomes the continuous random variable. Now you would have heard of something known as probability mass function, probability density function, and cumulative distribution function. I am going to explain you all these three concepts one by one. So we will discuss first about what is probability mass function. Okay, so if we talk of random variable, then we have two types. One is discrete, other is continuous. For discrete random variables we have probability mass function, and for continuous random variables we have probability density function. Very simple. Okay, in this video we will see the details of PMF. In next video we will see the details of PDF, and both of these will have something known as CDF. CDF stands for cumulative distribution function. Here also CDF stands for cumulative distribution function. We'll discuss what is this one by one. Okay, now I told you about when you toss a coin, the outcome can be either head or tail, right? Let us say we toss 3 coins together. Okay, we toss 3 or 2 coins together, then what kind of outputs we can get? Let me write it here. For example, I am tossing 2 coins together, so my sample space will be H, 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 T, T, H and T, T, right? So I am tossing 2 coins. It can be like this, right? Either 2 heads or 2 tails or like this. Let us say my random variable x here is number of heads. Okay, so what will be the value of my random variable x? If my random variable x is 0, let us say no heads, then what will be the probability of no heads? In how many cases we have no heads? Only one case. So for my random variable to be 0, right, my probability will be 1 by 4. I am repeating it again. Here we have a sample space. I am tossing 2 coins together. My random variable is number of heads. For my random variable to have value 0, what is the probability? 1 by 4. For my random variable to be value 1, what is the probability? In how many cases you see 2 heads? This case, this case. What is the probability? 2 by 4. For my random variable to have value 2, x is equal to 2, this will be 1 by 4 again, right? If I plot this in an xy plane, then the plot that you will see is nothing but probability mass function. Okay, by definition probability mass function is defined as probability mass function is equal to probability of random variable x being xi given xi greater than 0 and summation of xi is equal to 1. Okay, so these two conditions should be satisfied. For probability mass function. What are these two functions? Probability of random variable x being x1 is the graph of that function, and two conditions should satisfy. All these xi's, probability of xi's should be greater than 0, and when I sum all these probabilities, then it should be 1. Okay, so what happens if I try to plot it in an xy plane? it will be like this. On this axis we will have probability, on this axis we will have random variable value. So if my random variable value is 0, then what is the case? If my random variable is 1, then what is the case? If 2, then what is the case? If my random variable is 0, let us say 1 by 4. If my random variable is 1, let us say 2 by 4. And if my random variable is 2, let us say 1 by 4 again. So this chart that you see, this chart is nothing but your probability mass function. What is cumulative distribution function? Cumulative distribution function is something which takes into account summation of different x's. For example, if I ask you what happens that my random variable is less than or equal to 1. If my random variable is less than or equal to 1, then what is my cumulative probability? So less than equal to 1 means this and this will get added, right? 1 by 4 and 2 by 4 will get added, and probability of x less than 1 will be 3 by 4, right? And if I plot this in this curve, in this chart, in new chart, right? In new chart, let us say here will be probability, here will be cumulative distribution function of cumulative distribution chart of that random variable. So here I am writing 3 by 4, so here it will come 3 by 4 like this, for x less than equal to 1, right? And for x greater than equals to 1, 1 by 4. That is how cumulative distribution function creates cumulative probabilities of different areas or different boundaries. Okay, so with this simple example I tried to explain you what is PMF and CDF. I hope you understood. If you have any doubts, write me in comment. In my next video we will see, this is about discrete variable, discrete random variable, where random variables is allowed to have 0, 1, 2, these kind of values, or less than 1, greater than 1, these kind of values. But what if random variable can take any value? Then it will be a chart, right? All these values are allowed, so it will be a graph, it will be a line or curve. So how do we derive CDF and how do we derive probability density function? That we will discuss in next video. Till then, all of you stay safe and take care.